Didn't bring my red cup in here. What is up? I realize I haven't been using the e-signs. I should have. They were sitting right here in my office. You know, cutting weight, baby. Been a long day already. Working Belichick hours here in the off season, but, you know, we got to pay the bills. I couldn't get YouTube going. I probably need to restart my computer, but we do the show also every day on YouTube, John Middlekauff YouTube page. I put the McGlinchey interview up there. I put the Kittle interview up there. Have some plans to do some other cool shit. I've just been busy, haven't got around to it, but I think I'm going to attack that task this week. Start putting them up on the YouTube page. Always here on Twitter. Always on Instagram. Come at you from every angle of the tech world, you know. YouTube, Insta, Twitter. Like, I'm a sucker for Twitter, but it wears me out. You know, it's fun during the U.S. Open, but it just can be a negative place sometimes. I don't care what you think politically. I just want to talk sports. And as we all know that have been on Twitter for a while, that gets lost fast. I actually just got my CBD shipment today from ease.com. Actually, not ease.com, Ease Wellness. It's CBD only. I just took a couple drops out there. I got a daytime one and I got a nighttime one. My daytime one gets my mind going. I actually just did it before this. See how it works. I'm really looking to expand and get this thing firing on all cylinders. Like Koepka coming down the home stretch. Actually, I think Tiger birdied like 6 of his last 12 holes. Tiger's a big CBD user. See that gum he's chewing? CBD. Big believer in CBD. I'm a big believer in substances. CBD, tobacco, THC, alcohol, anything you can find, I will definitely try. And easewellness.com. Go to easewellness.com. Use the promo code HAM. As you see right there, promo code HAM. You get $20 off your first purchase, and over $50 you get free delivery. You can't beat it. Unlike ease.com, which delivers to your house like Uber Eats of weed, easewellness.com is like the Amazon of CBD. They deliver all over the country. They just don't go to Iowa and they don't go to the Dakotas. I got news for you. Who gives a fuck? You live in California, you live in Florida, you live in Texas, you live in New York. Ease Wellness will ship that bad boy to you. We got a lot to talk about today. Well, actually, not really. But, I mean, there's a lot of elements of the Anthony Davis trade. People think I hate the Lakers. I don't hate the Lakers. I just don't really like them. And I've always actually been a LeBron guy till he won the title in Cleveland. I thought his head just got too big. He became a bad teammate. He became money obsessed. He became ego obsessed. I like, you know, really those first two, Cleveland LeBron, and obviously everything before that LeBron. I was always a big LeBron guy. I always felt like he was an elite teammate, obviously an elite player. But this version of LeBron's wearing me out. The Rich Paul stuff with LeBron's wearing me out. LeBron always having a political opinion is wearing me out. I'm just a little worn out by LeBron. That being said, I want to see LeBron on a good team. So we'll see. Now, you know, the ball's in Pelinka's court. And we'll see what Rob Pelinka can't tell a goddamn story, you know, that's truthful to save his life. We'll see what he can do. And then Koepka. I have a take on Koepka, and I keep getting into these arguments on Twitter. Like, I don't think people realize Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan, there aren't two athletes. Like, if it wasn't for those two guys, like I like those two guys as much as any humans that have ever played sports combined. I'm all in. Tiger's my guy. But I also, like, you have to put Tiger into some context. He beat the shit out of a tour that was full of fat fucks and mental midgets. This tour, now they still got mental midgets on tour, but being at the U.S. Open on Friday, these human beings do not look like the fat players that Tiger used to kick the shit out of. When Tiger won that Masters in the U.S. Open in 2000, he beat the next, Ernie Els got second. We beat him by 15 shots. Like, look how many guys were under par yesterday. That's the same goddamn golf tournament. Now, I'm not disputing that Pebble Beach was more difficult in terms of the weather. I think the wind was stronger when Tiger played it. But look how many of these guys are under par. Like, Marco Mira and old Nick Faldo. Like, again, like Jack Nicklaus was in his prime. Nick Faldo was older. Phil was a mental midget till like the mid-2000s. Like, the tour Tiger played on was not very good. So, again, if Tiger Woods was in his prime on this tour right now, he'd be the best player in the world. I'm not arguing that. But to think that he would not have won 80 tournaments, I think he's trying to win his 82nd tournament, he would not win that many tournaments against these fields. He'd still win a lot, He'd still be the number one player in the world. But look how many of these guys were on par yesterday. Fuck, how many Koepkas were playing when he was playing? This notion, like if you don't realize how good Brooks Koepka is, in his last 9 majors, I think in 3 of the 9 he's finished second, and he's won 4 of them. Like, again, the players, David Duval fell off a cliff. Phil Mickelson, for the majority of Tiger's prime, was a mental midget. Ernie was solid, but the group of players was not immense like the talent on the tour right now. It's not even close. It's like a different sport. It really is like a different sport. And also, if you need a loan, go to upstart.com/ham. If you need a cash influx, you need a big purchase, just go to upstart.com/ham and get yourself a little cash. You know, sometimes we all need a cash influx. You know, we're all at different points and times in our life of money-making ability, financial stability. Sometimes you just need some cash. And upstart.com/ham does not affect your credit score. Go get it. I think Phil's smart, but he's an overthinker. To me, Phil has a lot of parallels with Peyton Manning. He's too analytical. He thinks too much, and that's hindered his talent and ability maybe throughout his career. Like, Peyton Manning was so goddamn good. If Peyton Manning could get like Brooks Koepka or even like peak Tiger, and like Tiger to me is more like Brady. I don't really know who Koepka's comp is, but Tiger's like Brady, where he just can, in his prime, could just lock in, play angry, and dominate. Like, Peyton can't play angry. Phil couldn't play angry. He kind of had to like manipulate himself being loose, but he's thinking and trying too hard. And certain guys, that hurts. Some guys can just play, right? Just play. Like Steph, he just kind of plays. He's loose. Phil was never loose. Peyton Manning was never loose because they tried so hard. They spent so much time, and I understand that. But like at quarterback, I think golf has a lot of parallels to quarterbacks and kickers. It's a thinking man's game because you have so much time to walk between shots. You're waiting on certain shots. You do a lot of thinking. One bad shot can derail around. Like, Koepka's so unfazed. I was kind of anti-Koepka. I'm fucking full on board. I have so much respect for him after yesterday and really this weekend. He is a badass. Now, he didn't lose it yesterday. Gary Woodland just won it. And I think when you look back on a lot of the guys Tiger played with, and again, I'm a big Phil guy. Phil lost a lot of tournaments, man. Choked it up. Peyton Manning. I'm a huge Peyton Manning guy. I'll never forget what I witnessed. He coughed it up. He was terrible in so many big games early in the prime of his career, even when he went to Denver. Remember the game they lost at home to Baltimore? Like, that's unacceptable. Should have kicked the shit out of him. But again, Peyton, he was thinking, trying too much. And I was always glad that Peyton Manning ended up getting that second Super Bowl because he was too good to end his career with one Super Bowl. He deserved like 3 or 4. But, his mind, because he was never that physically gifted, he beat you up here, which is why I think we all respect him so much. But sometimes when you win up here in an athletic endeavor, you can overthink it. You can start playing slower. He had a bunch of big picks. I mean, forever, okay, Belichick would be like, okay, Peyton, let's play a mental game. Let's play chess. I'm fucking Bobby Fischer. Let's go. And what Peyton beat him? Peyton beat Bobby Fischer one time. For the most part, Belichick owned his ass. Now, I guess they beat him the one time when he was in Denver, but I don't count that as a great Peyton Manning over Belichick victory. That was more that, you remember, the New England offensive line was terrible, and Von Miller beat the shit out of Brady, and then Belichick ended up firing the offensive line coach and rehired Scarnecchia. I'd say the Rockets. I mean, Phil's won majors. I feel like I'm crushing Phil. I mean, Phil's a top 5 golfer ever. The Rockets are an all-time mental midget group. The Rockets, the stories coming out today, I haven't read the full breakdown. I've seen some highlights. Tillman Fertitta is already going off that they overpaid Chris Paul. Like, hey, Tillman, were you fucking alive last year? We all threw up in our mouth when we read that contract. Like, Chris Paul, do you know what Chris Paul's going down as? The Carmelo of point guards. He's been past the second round one time in his career, and he got hurt. He had to have every single penny, every turn. It was all about the money. Which, Chris, you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And the Brinks truck does not follow the hearse when your life ends. And I would imagine Chris is a liberal. Your political party does not want you to be able to share your wealth. So if they could have it, you wouldn't be able to give a penny when you die to anybody. Your kids, wherever you want to give it. That's not the way the world works. So if Chris Paul could have taken a little less money, instead of making $40 a year, imagine if Chris Paul had taken $28. Well, there's no state income tax in Houston, so you're making a ton. State Farm's paying you a shitload. Maybe you're able to add an extra elite player. And think how good that team would be, especially now with Kevin's Achilles and Clay's ACL. Maybe the Rockets would be the favorite. We'll see who the Lakers end up signing, but Chris had to have every penny. So what? He can check. And again, I don't blame. He's a businessman, whatever. But don't ever think we're going to cry for you when your career ends and you never made it. You made it past the second round one time. You made that bed. Enjoy sleeping in it. Now, do NBA players give a shit that much about any of that crap? Maybe they don't. Maybe Chris Paul doesn't care that he won't be a top 10 point guard of all time. Because I got news for you, he's not. Now the media loves saying he was forever. Like they love the media. The media almost created this guy who, in big spots, would constantly let you down. Was a flawed player because he was really small and he broke down a lot. He wasn't a dynamic scorer, and if he was playing in like the late 80s, early 90s style, that'd be great. But the league completely changed while he was around. Like, you have to be able to score 110 to 120 points. Being a three-point shooter is a big deal. He's a mid-range jump shooter that's a great passer. Steph's got 3 fucking rings and 2 MVPs. Steph has nothing in common with Chris Paul. When they go to basketball heaven, Steph Curry won't even see Chris Paul in his country club. He'll be sitting with Michael and Magic and Isaiah and all the greats with rings and MVPs. Chris isn't allowed. That's like the VIP section of basketball heaven. He'll be with Carmelo. Then they'll be talking about all their stats and how much money they made. But like when like Shaq's hosting a dinner and Kobe's there, LeBron shows up, Kevin walks in, Hakeem's like, "Hey, what's up, Shaq?" Duncan's like, "I see you, Kevin." And Steph's, making some food and like, "Hey, what do you want to drink?" Draymond and Clay, because they walk in. The bouncer at that VIP table in basketball heaven, when Chris and Carmelo are like, "Oh, LeBron's in there, Dwayne's in there, the Banana Boat. We're gonna go hang out with our boys at Banana Boat." The bouncer goes, "No, bro, you're not allowed in here." And you know what that is? It's like Augusta National. Just because you have a lot of money, Augusta doesn't allow members. I mean, they do, but it's a very, very strict policy. Like, there are several people worth hundreds of millions, maybe billions, that are not allowed at Augusta. So, like, yeah, Chris, you're a great player, all-stars, no one cares. You don't belong in this room of the champions. You're not allowed in here. Go hang out with James. James and like Tracy McGrady and Steve Francis, all those type guys will be talking. It'll be fun. And they'll be talking about how awesome their Wikipedia page looked, how many All-Star games, and it was sweet. How much money they made. They all made 10 figures. Or I guess 10 figures would be $1 billion. 9 figures. Hundreds of millions of dollars. All of them. And they don't have a goddamn thing to show for it. It's why I say this all the time. The NBA media overreacts to these guys taking a pay cut. You know who should have taken a pay cut? Honestly, LeBron James. Well, LeBron James would be worth $1 billion. Like, what's the difference between taking $30 million and $35 million? Well, it's a big deal with the cap. But Rich Paul had to have every penny. You know who should take a pay cut? Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, do you really need the $220 million? You've already played. Your last contract was $150 million. So what if instead of signing for $220 million, Anthony Davis signed for $180 million? The NBA media, it would be one big jerk-off fest. Oh my God, I can't believe Anthony Davis did that. It's like, well, I mean, he's made fucking $350 million. On top of that, off the court, who knows that he's made a decent amount of money. Like, again, they do not bury you with the cash. I mean, literally they can. You can cash out your money, I guess, from the bank, and they can put it in the, in your coffin, but I'm pretty sure that you don't get to spend that money. So if you take a little less money, again, I'm not saying, you know what, instead of making $200 grand, make 90. Like, those are real world problems and things that actually affect people. But when you make $28 million and you could make $35 million, taking that little less affects your life 0%. Actually, if you have an elite accountant, I bet they'd actually save you money. That's the thing with LeBron. LeBron was the guy telling me, because he was right next to Hillary Rodham Clinton, and he's like, raise taxes. I'll bet my life LeBron pays his accountant a premium to avoid taxes at every turn. At every fucking turn. While me and you, we're scratching and clawing to get by, just hoping to be able to pay the rent or pay the mortgage or fucking feed our children. And I got LeBron James telling me that I should pay more taxes, yet he refuses to take any penny less and he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So now the Lakers, on paper, listen, they got two of the best 6-7 players in the league. When LeBron's on, he's still elite. When Anthony Davis plays, he's elite. Who else are they getting? They got two guys. LeBron makes $35 million. Anthony Davis is going to sign this contract for $220 million. You know they're not taking a penny less. Like, where are they getting this third? They don't have a third max slot. Everyone keeps like, Anthony Davis is going to not take his $4 million trade kicker. He's just going to give up $4 million in free money. That's not happening. That's not the way Clutch rolls. Their entire business model is about getting every penny, screwing the man. They want every penny, which, again, their prerogative. But I refuse to feel sorry for them unless, like, Kyrie shows up and he takes a discount, because LeBron and Anthony Davis are not taking discounts. Like, part of the reason the Warriors had all these players is because Clay and Draymond were not on supermax contracts. They were on, like, that second contract after a rookie deal. Combined, they made like $35 million. And at the time they signed Kevin Durant, Steph Curry made $11 million. Anthony Davis and LeBron James are going to combine next year to make, I think, like $70 million. This is not the NFL. The salary cap is $100 million. You do not have that much room to mess with. I think a lot of people look at this, the Laker team, like they have a lot more money. Now, they have a lot of money as a franchise because the fucking thing's a cash cow. But they do not have all this wiggle room to sign a lot of players. And they actually, if he does not give them back the $4 million trade kicker, they do not have a max slot, a true max slot. So Jimmy Butler is going to come there and take less when he can get a full max when the Sixers can give him a full max. Kemba Walker, even if the Charlotte Bobcats, or whatever the hell they're called, offer him less than what they totally could, they can still offer way more money than the Lakers can, especially if Anthony Davis doesn't take this. Now, if you just have these two guys and they spend their money wisely, they're going to have a really good team. But here's my question. What has Rob Pelinka done besides lie to everyone's faces about Kobe Bryant meeting Heath Ledger, allegedly, to prove that he knows what he's doing and the right players to get? Now, if Popovich ran the team, if Masai Ujiri ran the team, if Bob Myers ran the team, you'd be like, you know what? They're gonna do a good job of adding the right players. They'll go get Patrick Beverley. They'll go get whoever. JJ Redick, it'll fit perfectly. I have zero faith that Pelinka will get it right. And here's the other elephant in the room. LeBron James is the GM. He tells them what he wants. He tells Pelinka what to do. So, and we've seen, like, he is not a very good evaluator. It's just a proven fact. LeBron James consistently picked just the wrong players. But his ego's so big, he thinks he knows everything about basketball. And LeBron's a genius player. He's one of the smartest players any sport we've ever seen. But his ability to evaluate players, and I'm not talking like, of course he knows Kevin Durant. I'm talking about the role players. He's very hit or miss on. So to think that he's going to get it right, I just don't have faith. I have no problem with them giving up a shitload for, they gave up Sleepy Ingram, who's a backup, who, to me, Sleepy Ingram's destined to be a good six-man. If Lonzo can get some Nikes and give up BBB, which I guess that LeVar said that he refuses to give up BBB because it's a family-run business and they're not getting rid of it, like, he's going to keep having injuries. Like Nike or Lonzo, get a real shoe, man. You got to throw away BBB, throw them in the trash, just get a real shoe. I like Josh Hart. Josh Hart's a good backup player. Like, the Lakers need, like, a Josh Hart. They need a Josh Hart at point guard. The Lakers don't even have a point guard. They need Josh Hart. They need to get, like, another Kyle Kuzma to go on top of Kyle Kuzma. You need those type players, especially for the regular season, especially because LeBron James is going to play 60 games. Anthony Davis plays, like, on average 62 games. So when those guys are playing, if they play, 62 games together, if you want to get to 60 wins, and be a top 2 or 3 seed, or even like 58 wins, you probably got to win of those 60 games they're going to play together, because they're not even sniffing 82 games. We know that, both of them. So if they play, let's say they play 65 games each together. Seems a little high. Let's say 60. You probably need to win like 48 of those. So then you probably need to get in the mid to high 50s, another 7 or 8 wins when both those guys rest. That's the thing. It's difficult. I think people are viewing this as like they're just going to be this super team. And here's the other elephant in the room. The Warriors got shit on forever about this super team, when all they did was like, yeah, let's get rid of Harrison Barnes and go get Kevin Durant. Every team in the league. LeBron James And I don't blame LeBron. I'll give him credit for this. To win in the NBA, you have to stack your roster. You have to build super teams. LeBron James builds super teams wherever he goes. He went to Miami, super team. Went to Cleveland, super team. Now, they don't always, like, Kevin Love's not a super team player, but LeBron James thought he was an elite player. Now, he misevaluated it. A lot of the league did, and he was wrong. But he went there because he knew he had Kyrie, elite player, and he knew that he could trade for Kevin Love, who he thought was an elite player. Now, he misevaluated, but he did the same thing. He went to Dwayne Wade, and they got Chris Bosh, super team. Now, what's he doing here? Anthony Davis, they're trying to get another max guy. He's the same. They're all the fucking same. You know? It's just, Leopard doesn't change his spots. But yet, he never gets shit for that. The Warriors take it all. Just admit people don't like the Warriors, which I get. I understand that. LeBron does the exact same shit. And if anything, it's even worse. It's even worse. If the Lakers get the claw, it's 100% over. If they get Kawhi Leonard, they'll be like the best team ever. I won't argue that. But I don't think what we've seen in Kawhi, I was thinking this today when Kawhi was talking for the Raptors parade. I saw there was a shooting at the parade. I thought guns, I thought that's only happens in America. They have shooting problems here. I thought Canada was the perfect utopia. I guess they had a shooting at the parade. Last I heard, we haven't had many shootings at the parade, but I'm not trying to kick Canada when they're feeling themselves. And rightfully so. Team won the championship. If you're Kawhi Leonard, and I've never been to Toronto, everything I've read is a sweet place. Why wouldn't you stay in Toronto? The East sucks. I mean, the East is fucking terrible. There's one other good team in the East, in my opinion, that's the Bucks and the Sixers. So you got to face three good teams. Like in the West, even with Clay hurt, and even if Kevin leaves, the Warriors would be like an 8 seed with Steph, Draymond, Iguodala, Looney. I'm sure they'll sign maybe Boogie. Like they ain't the Knicks. The Kings are on the come. The Clippers, if Kawhi went there, would be good, but the Lakers are going to be good. The Suns suck. The Rockets are still good. Timberwolves suck. The Nuggets are good. The Jazz are good. The Mavs, I don't know, they got this guy coming back. I don't know if you ever heard of him, Kristaps Porzingis with Luka Doncic. They're going to be decent. The Blazers, if I was Kawhi, why would you stay in Toronto? Have them pay you $220 million, and you're going to be one of the best teams in the East every year. So you just basically got to beat Giannis and the Sixers. And Boston's whatever. The East sucks. To me, Kawhi could probably win another championship if he just stays on the East. Because even if the West, even if LeBron, let's say they get combo or whatever, the West is still a motherfucker. Like, you still, get through the playoffs, which I think the Lakers would be the favorite. Still difficult. You get, the Blazers in the first round, then the second round you get the Nuggets, then the third round you get the Rockets. It's not just... You don't sweep every series. I mean, it's difficult. It's hard. I forgot OKC. So OKC's like a 6 seed. Or I guess they were a 3 seed last year. I mean, they're good. They got Paul George and Russell Westbrook. If I was Kawhi, I would 100% stay. Though I do understand he's got 2 championships, 2 different teams. He'd be like, listen, I've already won championships. I just want to get some cash and move to LA, which is understandable. And I think that all gets back to my big theory on the NBA. It's kind of become this elitist sport. Because these guys have, money means nothing to them. Nothing. It's like dealing with, a guy worth $500-600 million. It's hard to get them to do shit. Why? Because they don't have to do shit. What did Axelrod say? What's the point of having fuck you money if you never say fuck you? Kawhi wouldn't necessarily be saying fuck you to the Toronto, but he kind of would. I don't even give a shit. It's not even about winning. I just want to be happy. But, in fairness, that's why Kawhi tried so hard and worked so hard, became such a good player, so he could do what he wanted. It's what we all aspire to do. Luckily, I'm able to sit here in my home office and make good cash. I'm trying to make more. If I ever get to the point where I can just say, I'm already saying fuck you. If I ever got to that point, shit, who knows? Maybe these periscopes would end. Maybe they wouldn't. You never know. But I don't think he should leave. Now, that being said, I do think he's leaving. This is because he has his mind set up on going home, I guess. Now, LA is a great place. Everyone loves living there. That lives there. Especially when you would basically have a limo driver and you could have a helicopter. You could do whatever you wanted to do. Kobe Bryant literally helicoptered to work. Games, he would helicopter there. They don't even play by the same rules as us, as humans. I have a hard time thinking Kawhi would want to play with LeBron James. But if he went there, they'd be incredible. They'd be better than LeBron, AD, and Kawhi on paper is better than Steph, Clay, and Durant. But I'd say Steph, Clay, Durant, and Draymond, given how they all four fit perfectly, is probably better than Kawhi, LeBron, AD, and Kuzma. LeBron is basically the point guard, so you don't really need a point guard because LeBron can bring the ball up. That kind of sucks that I would pay to see that. Western Conference Finals, Kevin, Clay, Steph, Draymond, Iguodala versus LeBron, Kawhi, AD, Kuzma, and I don't even know who would be their point guard. Rondo. That'd be fine. They wouldn't even need a point guard. I mean, technically LeBron could just play the point guard, point forward. But I guess they kind of need a point guard. Like Patrick Beverly. If they sign Patrick Beverly. The problem is they can't, if they get a Kawhi, they can't get a Beverly. That's where they're kind of screwed, and that's what I don't think people realize. Part of the reason the Warriors team was stacked is because they already had three of the guys under these contracts. The Lakers are paying those guys way more money. Anthony Davis makes like $30 million, and his contract extension will kick way up. LeBron James makes $35. Steph and Clay combined on their old contracts when they got Kevin, Steph made 11 and Clay made like 15. They made like $26 million. That's what I don't think people quite grasp. Because everyone's saying that they're going to have this sweet super team. Like, they're not really able to put together a super team. The cap, these guys make way more money than the Warriors guys do. Like, if they had two more max spots, I'd be like, oh shit. But they don't. They don't even have one. Because LeBron makes so much and Anthony Davis makes so much. What if Kevin Durant signed with the Lakers? I don't think he would, but what if he did? He's rehabbed all year. Those are about all my takes for the day, though. Robbie Anderson, low-key, might have a huge year. I saw that Joe Douglas was saying, he's like, Robbie Anderson's pretty good. I always like Robbie. Robbie Anderson can fly. I think the Jets are going to be pretty decent. He's made it clear he won't okay with LeBron. I would agree. But Kevin's weird. He changed his mind a lot. You think KD would play in the playoffs next year? No. He's out. I mean, you're out a year. There's no chance Kevin's coming back early from an injury. Not after what just happened, though. I think he misses 100% the entire season, no matter what. Achilles is a legit injury, man. And the other thing is, Kevin tore his Achilles. Kevin didn't tear his Achilles in January. I mean, he tore it in, what's the date? I don't even have the date. Monday, June 17th. So what did he tear it? 6 days ago? I guess a week ago tonight, because he tore it on Monday. So, yeah, I can't see it. I can't even see Clay coming back. People keep talking about Clay coming back to the playoffs. Why would Clay rush? Especially once he gets his money. What's the rush? Do you think David Griffin will turn around the Pelicans? They're going to be pretty good. I mean, to me, it all hinges. If Zion becomes a superstar, then they're in pretty good shape. Kemba is an interesting free agent. I don't think he leaves Charlotte because they can pay him $170 million. The Lakers can't even pay him that, and they can give him a fifth year, even if they give a lower number. I'm not sure on all the rules. Like, can you give a 5-year deal? Like, could they give him 5 years, 150? Can they set the number, or are there certain numbers they have to fit it in? The NBA cap's really confusing. If I was Kemba, I would actually want to go to the Lakers because I win. You're not going to win in Charlotte. I mean, the problem is you're the third best player. I mean, he's the superstar on Charlotte. Now they don't win. But that's a conundrum with a lot of NBA players. You can be a superstar for a bad team, or you can go to a great team, and they'd be damn good, and be the third guy. He'd be there with Chris Bosh. Unless LeBron totally let him do what he wants to do. But when does LeBron ever do that? Because LeBron likes getting all the credit. He likes getting all the credit. And Rich Paul. If I was Kemba, I'd take less money. I'd go to the Lakers. I'd take like 4 years, $20 million a year, or hell, 4 years, $25 million a year, 100, and I go to the Lakers, and I win the title next year. That's what I do. Because Kemba's already been. How much money he's already made? $80 million. Again, like, do you understand if you make $200 million? And especially if you become a legend with the Lakers, like what you can still make more money. Ask Julian Edelman. Do you know why Julian Edelman keeps taking less money with the Patriots? Because he's a goddamn legend in Boston, and he's going to make money there until the day he dies. Like, your earning power doesn't just stop when you're playing, when you're a winner. Your earning power stops when you're a loser. You know, but if you win, like Chris Paul, State Farm ain't calling Chris Paul when he's 45 years old. Carmelo's not getting any commercials when he's 45. You win a championship in LA? You win a championship in New York? Guess what Eli is in New York? A made man. Kemba, you go to the Lakers? Now, LeBron's already a made man because LeBron James is so rich. But like Kuzma, Kemba, Anthony Davis, they're set. They're set. Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, they don't even need to make another penny around here. Made men. Taxes, fuck you. I agree. But, you know, these guys have great accountants. You can avoid it. I paid my accountant a premium to avoid costs, and I don't make anywhere near what Kemba Walker will make. Everyone worth their salt in this state goes to war with our government to try to save ourselves money. Every single person. Even the people that want to raise taxes. That's why we live around a lot of frauds. My CBD's kicking in. I feel pretty focused right now. I'm telling you, the CBD, it's like it's kind of like a mix of Adderall meets coffee. It's pretty money. I'm impressed right now. I feel like I'm just ready to work. I'm gonna pop 3 and Out podcast. I'm gonna record it right now, and it's gonna be fire. 3 and Out podcast. Go get it. Podcast will be out tomorrow. EaseWellness.com, promo code HAM. EaseWellness.com, promo code HAM. Also, you need a loan, upstart.com/ham. Upstart.com/ham. Peace. See ya. CBD cream. I got some knee pain. I might use a little CBD cream. I'm not excited for the Lion King movie. Godspeed. May the peace be with you. See ya.